All right, so things got a little bit more interesting here just a moment ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick ride down to the east end of Dauphin Island and then kind of migrate to the west end. We have a little bit of a lull in rainfall, but the winds have picked up. So if you look at this graphic below, or on screen, it's below me, you can see something very interesting. The storm has taken, this was the 4 a.m. update, okay? This is the 7 o'clock update. It was kind of an intermediate update at 4 a.m., but the actual update at 7 here. You can see that the storm took a little bit of a jog to the east. So center of circulation may even come onshore closer to the New Orleans area, which would bring even more intense weather to us right here in Dauphin Island. So a little bit of an eastern jog. If you remember Katrina, it took a western jog as it approached kind of the Alabama-Mississippi Gulf Coast and hit New Orleans. So here we are, kind of flip side that, obviously not near the size of the storm, but it's coming in on final approach and it jogged to the east. So let's go check it out and see what's going on. The storm is still picking up a little bit of steam. All right, so I wanted to stop here real quickly at this house. We are headed to the west and going towards the west end of Dauphin Island to one of our really good friends' house, Dominic. So what's up, Dominic? Just giving you a shout out there. He's in Texas now, but has a home here. So I stopped here. If you look underneath that house, you can see the waves breaking on the Gulf of Mexico, washing up on the beach and actually coming underneath the house and out onto the road. So this is how we get big time flooding issues here on the west end of Dauphin Island. And this storm is just cranking up, and high tide is just now coming into play. High tide crested about 11:40. So you see the water kind of rushing down the driveway and now into the street. All right, Carly, you can go ahead a little bit. So what will happen as high tide continues, this water will get higher and higher and will become impassable. So you can see it's already come underneath this house as well, down into the street. So again, this is just one of the things we deal with on living on a barrier island, an absolute paradise. We love it with everything, but we always have to be careful, even in the smallest of storms, because these roads can become impassable. Just a foot of water can pick your car up and take it with you across the road and into the proverbial ditch. So anyway, I just wanted to show everybody that. But the water is starting to actually cross the road. So we'll try to get into the west end and out pretty quickly. All right, so here we are back on the western side of Dauphin Island. I'm here at one of my good friend Dominic's house. So I'm going to have Carla in just a moment pan over to the left. There's people there renting the house, so I don't want to bug them. But take a look at his fencing that's buried in sand. Carla, pan over to the east a little bit. So it's nice to have a little bit of a break from the rainfall. The wind is not terribly stiff. It's about sustained here at about 35 miles per hour. You can see that the ocean's a lot more angry than it was yesterday. That's a pretty good gust, but we're going to keep migrating on down the beach. But look down to the western side. So there's the western side. Pretty beautiful day out there, in my opinion. But we'll keep on shooting down towards the west end. So Dominic, your house looks pretty good right now, so we're going to continue to take it on down to the east side, but it's definitely a much more interesting day than it was yesterday. All right, so we're going to continue our adventure. I don't know, my wife's, I'm being told I need my seatbelt on. Oh man, so this looks like the news truck right here in front of me. So let's ease on through that. Just go ahead and ease on to the left, Carla.
Oh, there's a car coming. Okay.
So, news crew is here, so that's good. Get to see these guys out here. They always do a great job. Just kind of hunkered to the left of all this debris. You can see the water wash has definitely started, so this will probably be our last. He's filming me, and I'm filming him. What's up? So I wonder if we'll see that on Fox 10. I wonder if he knows we're doing a weather video. But anyway, it's as we progress down to the west end, the road passing becomes more and more perilous. So we'll see what the west end, the complete or very end of the west end, has to offer. All right, here's a classic example of the cresting surf coming onto the dunes and across the road. So I'll try to sit here for a second and see if you can actually see the waves break and actually come down onto the road. So let's see. We just had one crash at us, and then we drove past it and backed up. But you can definitely see why this becomes a problem and can become a problem relatively quickly. So let's go ahead and continue. A car's coming out to our right, and let's keep going. But here's oh, there you go. So you'll see it kind of crash there, and it'll just come tumbling down the dunes onto the street. But yeah, let's keep going so we can get back across and get home. All right, so we're gonna keep going straight, but I do see some of our local police officers up here in the middle of the road, so that means the road will be closed. Carla wants to show me something to the left. You can see that heavy surf crashing. It's not quite breaching the street on that house. It's built up a little bit, but let's go ahead and go straight.
We're not gonna be able to go through.
Let's just go ahead and ease up till we have to turn around. Cut that wiper off if you don't mind. But so we're easing through water. So we're approaching, I don't know, I can see some of the last houses that go across the west end, and we're getting close to it. And again, this storm is just ramping up. Sorry for the windshield wipers, but it's hard to kind of see through the camera lens. If I reach my hand out the window, oh, we want to see another shot here to the left. It's a really good shot there. I wish I was in that truck, but an angry sea and a bad boy truck for sure. All right, so let's get up here and finish this off. Just keep going straight. I'm sure this police officer has had a very long night. These guys do a really good job here and have for, wow, as long as I can remember since I was a young boy. So we'll keep easing forward. So we'll turn around maybe at the last road prior to this local police officer here. Actually, let's stop here. I'll film a little bit that way. But that's as far as we can go, so we have to stop here. But definitely a churning sea and a much more interesting day than yesterday. Yeah.
That house is...
So you can see can you pull in there? I don't want to get stuck in there. But I'll try to zoom in on it. There are waves crashing underneath that house. So I don't know if you can see it that well, but the waves are completely underneath that house. All right, let's go to another spot. All right, we are headed back east. You can definitely see just within the past few minutes of us going to the west and back to the east, the water's even come more so across the road. The tide is getting high. Will you swipe those wipers real quick? So the sky looks more ominous. Some of these feeder bands are starting to feed in here. The pressure's still holding at 993 millibars. The wind's still at 50 miles per hour. Some of the convection or the thunderstorms are start to build around the center of circulation, which is about now 150 or so miles due south of the mouth of the Mississippi River or the boot of Louisiana. So let's go to the east end, go to some of our boat launches and picnic areas and see what they look like. All right, so here we are coming back up on the news truck. The rain has started coming down. So sorry for the hard to see or the relatively non-translucent windshield, but we have to stop here for the traffic to come across the road. So this will definitely be our last time out. We'll come up here, approach the Fox 10 news truck, and see how these guys are doing up here. So they're doing a really good job. Hello guys, much love. Shout out to Fox 10. I watch them every day. So all right, so anyway, heading to the east end. I know I've said that a couple of times, but we're doing our best to get there. Watch these stumps in the road. Deep water here on the right side. There was just a dead fish floating in it. So the water has definitely breached and coming across the road. So heavy downpours now at this point. We are almost to the mid part of the island, but it is coming down heavily. I'll try to see if I can roll down my window, give you kind of a better idea. Maybe that doesn't do justice. But if you look at the window, it is coming down in sheets. All right, so we are nearing what is considered the eastern portion of Dauphin Island. You can see this area of the island is much more protected from the elements. We have pine tree growth here. Off to the south is a large system of dunes that has protected this part of the island for eons of time. Just giving you kind of the geographical layout of the island as we progress. So the west end is very lie-lowing, very exposed, just a small strip literally of a couple hundred yards from Gulf side to Bay side. Now here we are on the eastern side. This is where we live. That's much more protected by dunes. It has growth in terms of pine trees, which again protects soil and runoff. So the trees are a blessing, and so are the dunes. So that keeps us all nice and generally relatively safe on this side of the island. All right, this is our Dauphin Island to Fort Morgan that crosses the Mobile Bay Ferry. You can see the flooding or the storm surge is bringing water ashore. I filmed a little bit of this yesterday. It's not too much different from yesterday, but again, high tide is not until 11:41, give or take a few minutes. But this is the street I'm standing on, and the water's washing up to the street. So I see off, at least on the Doppler, that we have a squall about to come in. So I'm gonna stop a couple more places as we head towards the absolute east end. I don't get caught up in this and can't get back home. But the water's definitely getting higher and higher as we speak. All right, so I'm gonna take, this is the absolute west end, or excuse me, this is the absolute east end of Dauphin Island. So I'm gonna walk out to my trusty east end. Oh man, it is coming in. That is Mobile, basically in that direction. So that's to my north. So this squall line is coming from my south and to the east. You can kind of see those really high clouds. Whoa! The wind is ripping here. Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Shoot! So we've got. Whoa! I'm gonna try to get through this. Let's get down. Come on! Yes, charging. Cast it all. Sorry, my screen got a little foggy there. I don't know what happened on that, but it is coming down. Oh! Very, very windy here. It's got to be sustained at 40 miles an hour right now. You can see the weather is just spinning up there. Definitely coming down now. I don't know if you can even hear me. Holy crap. It is absolutely pushing wind, pushing water onto the east end of the island. All right, I'm gonna try to head back home, see if I can put this video together and even get ready for some more intense weather. I think it's gonna get even worse. Oh, getting pushed by the wind. Here comes this treacherous spot. Probably gonna smash up here. I'm literally getting pushed off this thing. Oh man. I saw our local Ship and Shore Heron. Ship and Shore is our longtime store here on the island that takes care of us whenever we need something. But check out the Heron. We just had a low tire pressure light come on in the tumult of approaching back to our house as we just left the east end. So thank goodness I was able to get some air back in the tires. But look at this beautiful bird. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna head back to the house, put this video together, and then get ready to head back out for the next one. Strutting his stuff, baby, strutting his stuff. Hopefully everybody's well. I think again this storm's gonna get not a lot worse, but I would say a good bit worse here by about 10 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. Central. All right, we'll see you soon.